Welcome to day 24 of our Advent journey. Today's reading comes from Matthew chapter 2, verses 9 to 12, the arrival in Bethlehem and seeing Jesus. After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. We're almost there in terms of our journey's end, as it's the night before Christmas, to quote Clement Clark Moore, who wrote the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," also called A Visit from St. Nicholas, way back in 1822. Have you ever considered what the Magi saw? 3 things are mentioned in our passage today. Verse 9 speaks of the star they had seen, which then stopped where the child was. Verse 10 starts with, when they saw the star. Don't lose how they are described in passing. They were overjoyed. Then, in verse 11, they saw the child, who in fact was the star of that first nativity scene. The writer of Hebrews encourages us to look to Jesus, who is the author and perfecter of our faith. Today's reading is full of action and reaction. The language teacher in me wants to underline the verbs used, the doing words. The Christian in me wants to encourage us to react in similar ways to the Magi. They had heard the king, so they went on their way. They had seen the star, so they followed the star, and they were overjoyed. They saw the child, so they bowed down and worshipped him. They opened their treasures, so they presented him with gifts. They had been warned in a dream to stay away from Herod, so they returned to their country. Let me ask you some questions to reflect on as I close. Do you see Jesus as the star of Christmas? The main character, the Christ of Christmas? The reason for the season? That's action. What then of your reaction? Are you joyful because of Jesus? Let's show that consistently to others by our smile, our singing, our care, and our compassion. Remember that actions quite often speak louder than words. Is Jesus at the centre of your life today and every day? Will tomorrow be about Christmas cake or birthday cake? Let me ask that again. Will tomorrow in your household be about Christmas cake or birthday cake? Today's passage is about them. But what about us? What about you? And more importantly, what about Jesus and you this Christmas? Be joyful in Jesus and be joyful with Jesus. Nadolig llawen I chi gyd. May I wish you all a happy, Christ-filled Christmas.